Why I happily thank corporate life for my optionality mindset. Today's episode is sponsored by Billy Keels Advisory Services. If you want to learn more about how to make your 99 optional, just go to makeitoptional.com. Once again, that's makeitoptional.com. Why I happily thank corporate life for my optionality mindset is for the person who is still thinking that this whole thing is about being anti-corporate and quitting your job and burning all the boats and all that kind of stuff. You've got the feeling in your stomach and your gut that that's not right. And let me tell you, it's not right based on the way that I did it. And you know what? I'm going to say something that I wasn't sure that I was going to say, but part of the reason that I'm also sending this podcast is because I've been told not long ago that my whole stance was anti-corporate. And let me tell you, that is the furthest thing from the truth. I am absolutely not anti-corporate. What I am is pro giving you a choice about what it is that you want to do, when you want to do it, with whom you want to do it. Because no matter what you say, and I'm talking to you, high achiever, I'm not talking to everybody here and then, people that happen to be listening. If you are a high achiever, and I know you are because you are here, it's okay for you to feel like, hey, listen, I like my job. I liked mine a lot too. And at the same time, you don't want to be dependent on it. You want to go in knowing that you have more control than if tomorrow there's a synergy plan for the company that you're fearful that your job is not there. I don't want that for you. What I do want for you is to be able to walk in to your role, walk in to your family, head high, feeling good, and knowing that you have the option to do what it is that you want to do. That's what I'm here for. That's why I want to help you. And like I said, here's some of the reasons that's farther from the truth. Like just bringing this back to sharing my own story. I was fortunate to travel to 86 countries during my corporate career. Also, corporate gave me the opportunity to interact with Fortune 500 CEOs from all over the world. It gave me the opportunity to actually live out a dream from going from a 1-year sabbatical to 23 years living in 4 different countries in Europe, learning 4 additional languages, being able to manage a business within a very large multi-billion-dollar company. I was leading a business that was generating $100 million of revenue. This guy from Columbus, Ohio, right? From the Midwest, thanks to corporate. Now, corporate didn't give that to me. I had to earn it, but I earned it. I gave a lot to corporate. Corporate gave a lot back to me. I was even able to do over $500 million worth of transactions in the enterprise IT space. Like this wouldn't have happened without corporate. So why in the world am I going to complain about corporate and say corporate is terrible and I'm anti-corporate? I'm not here to tell you I'm anti-corporate. I'm definitely not. It's silly. And so I have to take a stance on it because it's just ridiculous, right? I want you to embrace what corporate has. Now, for a long time, I was drinking the Kool-Aid. I got lost in the sauce. I don't want you to get lost in the sauce. I want you to optimize your opportunity within corporate. I want you to optimize the opportunity that you have with life, with your family that is either already getting older or is beginning to start. I want you to be clear from day one. In my 26 years, I was clear. I started getting clear around year 16. In that regard, don't be like me. Be like me in the last 4 years of my corporate career. Because I was going in because I needed to just enjoy the day, not because I was going because I wanted to, not because I needed to. That's what I wanted to say. Corporate became a large part of my identity, right? And at the same time, when all was said and done, the things that were with corporate, I wanted to be the person that could be trusted, could be relied upon to be able to deliver on the things that I said I was going to do. That was to provide for my family. That was to be able to be available. That was to be able to do the things that were in line with my value system. And so at a certain point, corporate was the priority. As over time and with the changes in my life, I realized that there is a specific role for corporate. It is not the entire entity. It was a part of my entity and identity. And as I started to move to a new chapter of my life, I began to place corporate where it needed to be. And as my optionality mindset grew, I still delivered in corporate up until the last year I was there. I was going to Hawaii every other year, just about. So I was still performing. I just realized that I didn't have to keep giving so much of my most valuable asset, which is time, 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 time. Yes, you know that. And so once I came to this realization that I could not only perform in my corporate life, I could use the excess time that I was placing. I didn't give the corporate machine every single bit and then gave the rest of my life what was left over. That's what I was doing in the beginning. I started getting it right. I was balancing it. Hey, this is a part of who I am. This is not who I am. That's what happens, especially with a lot of us that grow up in your working class family. You see your parents working hard, and you have to scrimp by just to be able to pay bills, and rob Peter to pay Paul is what I used to hear all the time at growing up, and you don't want to live like that. And so you start realizing that, hey, there's a different way. You don't have to do 200% at corporate. You can do 180. You can do 150 and still achieve 200% of what the machine needs you to do in line with your key performance indicators, management by objective, KPIs, MBOs. I'm going to go jargony on you today. So anyway, so once I realized this, I started putting together, like, I wanted to ask myself the question, all right, well, how much do I actually need? And I break that down, right? There is an entire episode 457. If you want to understand, like, how do you define what I talk about, the optionality mindset? How do you quantify that? Go to episode 457. I'll break it down for you there in a lot more detail. I just want to give you the high level because that's what I did. I understood, number one, what was my number? Number two, and this came after the fact, and that's why I'm sharing it with you now. When you build these plans, get crystal clear on what it is you want to do, why you want to do it, understand what it is that is going to, when is enough, right? I was talking to this not too long ago with an executive of a very large enterprise software company, and we were talking about that. And I referenced John D. Rockefeller and what he used to say, right? About enough being enough, or just a little bit more. And is that the reality? Is that what you really want? Well, you only know what you know. So stop in before you get moving and figure out when is enough. That's your optionality number. And then afterwards, there is a doomsday scenario that you need to prepare for. Those of us who had been in the tendency to constantly get everything right all the time, I'm here to tell you that at a certain point in time, things are not going to go to according to plan. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. So do the work up front. Put together your plan of resiliency. It is the thing that absolutely made the biggest difference in my life once I sat down and reflected on what I actually did to get through 2023. It was having my resiliency plan. Go check it out. Episode 453. I break it down for you. So don't worry about that. But the thing is coming back to this whole thing about why I'm happily thankful to my corporate life for this new optionality mindset, that I am fully a part of who I am, fully a part of my DNA, and I am now helping others to be able to embrace this. Is I started getting frustrated over the misunderstanding. That's why I'm planting the flag, as they say, because I don't want you thinking I'm anti-corporate, because I ain't. I said it. I ain't anti-corporate. I'm not anti-corporate. I got a lot of energy about this one because it's just, I hear it all the time, and I'm not about being anti-corporate. Corporate was way too good to me, to my family, to be anti-corporate now. I just want to help you to embark on the next part of the journey, which is where you have much more control, and you are going because you want to, not because you need or feel obliged to. So by the time I was in my late 40s, 48, I'd done what I needed to do. It was okay. I could leave the corporate life behind. I left it behind, right? And I still enjoy it. It just wasn't my entire identity. It was a part of my identity. And I know that if I can help you recognize that it is a part of your identity, not exactly who you are, it will help you get to your goal much faster. Because as I start to, and I continue to say, and this is one of the things that I help other high paid executives who are working primarily in the enterprise software space, but there are others that are in the highly visible spaces. Let's just put it that way. Help you to appreciate seeing the world, because I did. Corporate allowed me to do that. Also, getting into being able to level up, be able to be a part of rooms of people that make multi-billion euro and dollar decisions that affect economies that are large as some companies or some countries, as large as some countries. It provided amazing benefits and up-leveled my thinking about the way that I provided luxury for my family, for myself. But most importantly, the thing that it helped me to realize that my anti-corporate, hell no, I'm not anti-corporate. I think that's the first time in 523 episodes I've ever used somewhat of a bad word. That's what I'm passionate about. I want to help you to realize that you can achieve life, work, harmony. It is a matter of being able to get crystal clear on what you want. And the thing that is indispensable is you must create a second source. And that second source of predictable income is absolutely critical, because beyond the confidence, that will give you the ability to realize that, yes, it's real. Yes, you can achieve it. And creating that optionality and going to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, with whom you want to do it, it is a reality. I'm proof. And I want you to walk into that. So, and if it's not you, and if it's somebody that you know, share today's episode, because it's going to help them. You're going to be the person that helps to bring about change, positive change in someone else's life. They will thank you for it eternally. And then don't stop there. After you forward today's episode, just push that little share button. It's super easy. It doesn't matter if you're on Apple, Spotify, or any of the other ones. Just share and send it on whatever. Talk to them about it. Embrace the conversation. Help them go from theory to practice. You will be that person that is making the positive change in their life. And for that, I'm also eternally grateful. I want to thank you in advance. And I also want to get back to producing more episodes. So guess what? While you're doing that, I'll be right here. I'll be preparing for the next episode. So until then, I want you to make it a great day. And thank you very, very much. Today's episode is sponsored by Billy Keels Advisory Services. If you want to learn more about how to make your 99 optional, just go to makeitoptional.com. Once again, that's makeitoptional.com.